19-5 score as this one heads out.
Great serve there from Mackenzie English. Able to cause a little confusion from the Coffeyville Tornadoes. And it looks like they will call a timeout with a 15-point lead.
With that, we'll go ahead and take a break and be right back on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the
25 is the score here on Pittsburgh Sports Live in set number 1. And that one doesn't make it back across. Pittsburgh High will continue on expanding their lead.
And right in front of Jai, Jeter there. A little confusing. She couldn't tell if it was going to go over or not. Ivory Watts kind of fooled her a little bit too, playing a trick on her.
It's a tough read up there on the front. A great recovery. Reed tries to send it over. Couldn't quite get it. But a great dig from Crawford as she laid out for that one. Mantooth was on the first touch to keep it up. Crawford followed. Reed just was in an awkward position. That was a tough one to get back over, in Reed's credit.
Yeah, it's so hard to get it back up in the air when it's so close to the ground. So you got to use your momentum and get it over. That time, great slam from Watts. Able to get it in between two Coffeyville defenders. Scores the kill.
22-6. Looking to keep Coffeyville in single digits here in set 1. And that one falls flat in between the arms of Rutherford and Rip.
Looks like another miscommunication there.
Yeah, it's been a lot of that on Coffeyville's side. Here's the kill attempt, and once again, just shorts for Rutherford. So set point here for Pittsburgh High. As Reed sends it. This one will be back across and too far. That's 25-6. We'll go ahead and take a break in between sets. Actually, we'll go ahead and keep it here as we'll talk a little bit about our presenting sponsor, Crochan. Crochan is Pittsburgh's Sports Live presenting sponsor, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, fastest internet in Southeast Kansas. Learn more about Crochan's no-nonsense pricing and multi-gig internet at ckt.net. Let's talk a little bit about what we expected coming into this game. But what we expected coming into this match between Coffeyville and Pittsburgh High. Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, so Ivory Watts has been this team's leading killer. She's right on the money most of the times. She's able to get really vertical on her shots and just make them really hard for the other team to return. While on defensively, Anna George for this team, 32 blocks, leads the team. She's been a great asset up front defensively. Just making it hard for the other teams to get their shots around her. You got to go over, you got to go to the side, and just making it difficult is really what matters.
Yeah, and what we've seen so far from Coffeyville, Wintgen has been kind of that leading player, the junior number 32, the libero. She has been really kind of trying to direct the defense as much as possible, but we talked about it earlier. There's just a big gap in the defense, and it's becoming very difficult for Coffeyville to fill that hole and communicate in time for them to really collapse and not run into each other. And we've seen time and time again, we haven't seen anybody run into each other, but we've seen a lot of hesitation out of this defense, and they just haven't been really on their toes. They've been sitting back, kind of waiting for somebody else to take over unless their number is called or unless it's an intentional pass. So I'd like to see here in set number 2 them kind of go a little more aggressive, kind of go at Pittsburg High. Obviously, Pitt High doing a great job in their categories and their dominant victory there in set 1. But for Coffeyville, I think it's important for them to get a little more aggressive, go at the ball, and try to put a little pressure on this next set.
Yeah, and I think Coffeyville's passing could also improve just a little bit. They haven't been super precise. The placement's been a little off. So when they're trying to, and they finally do get those kill shots, it's just hard to actually make a play on them and get good shots off. They're having to just pitch it over and have any chance. Yeah,
we saw a good streak there for the Purple Dragons where it just seemed like they were about 3/4 of the way forward on the court. And what I mean by that is they were playing that net the entire time, and Coffeyville was playing on their back line. They couldn't establish anything up front. They were having so much trouble getting something going up front, and Pittsburg High was just on the receiving end of these little dinkies over the net and just slamming them home. Coffeyville was just lucky to recover each and every time, and so I'd like to see them kind of start to push Pittsburg High back a little bit, put them on the back line. But obviously, for the Purple Dragons, they've done phenomenally so far tonight. Go ahead and jump into set 2 here as the Liberos take the floor. Maxwell and Wintgen flipping sides, so maybe a little bit of mojo here for this close side for Coffeyville. Stumo will start it off here in set 2. Received by Maxwell. Stumo sets it to Watts. Watts with some great placement puts that one down.
And Stumo and Watts both had a very good first set here. Stumo with some great passes and some scores. Real versatile player there from Stumo, and Watts able to finish that one home. Great connection they have.
Stumo's been great on the sets, like you said, but also she's been great on the serves as well, as we see a bit of a misfire there. But like I was saying, on the serves, she's been very consistent, very sound. Somebody that when you see her head to the back line, you're like, you know, we're not going to have a mess up anytime soon. We're going to have to actually win this points if we're Coffeyville.
And that's what's so important. It's really what you make the other team think. I mean, there's going to be no mistakes, and it's just good to have consistency back there to know you're going to maybe not score, but get it over.
Stumo has to lean over English as Watts just puts it over. Hustling back to that front line. Rutherford, her shots blocked, and I believe that was a net touch from Coffeyville, which will go in favor of the Purple Dragons. So 4-0 to start off set 2. And when you come off of a single-digit set, how do you bounce back if you're Coffeyville, Zach?
I mean, you would have liked to see them start out early, you know, get some points back early, get their confidence up. But now, you know, starting to come back, I think you really do have to be more aggressive, get it up towards the net, and start to make some slams home.
Rutherford tries to time it, but just a little bit off. Watts will try to put it away, can't go.
That's a pretty great shot.
A great kill attempt from Rip. Received by Rutherford. This one's bumped up, and Rutherford just doesn't have the jump on that one. The timing just a little bit off, and we saw that 2 or 3 times just in that point alone where Rutherford tried to make something out of it and just couldn't quite find her vertical.
And I think it's partly this Pittsburg High defense. I mean, they're right at the net, contesting every shot attempt.
Feels like you got to put it a little bit higher than usual as Stumo just finds a placement shot.
I mean, again, just right in the middle of that defense. It's a hard spot to try and recover from. I mean, but all your players are there. Just, you got to communicate before the ball ends up coming to you.
Yeah, you got to have, or, you know, this is kind of something that in practice you would like to see somebody be designated to that situation because it's happened 4 or 5 times already. So obviously this isn't the first time that this team has seen something like this. Got to have a designated body that's willing to lay out and really dive for some of these placement shots that Pittsburg High's spotting. As George goes over, this one's sent back over into the back corner. A great place by Barnes, and it'll come back right at him. Pittsburg High grabs the 8th.
And that was a pretty good attempt there from Braylon Barnes, able to dive on the ground, hit it up just a little bit, not quite enough, but it definitely looked better, and that's what you want to see.
Barnes will set, and a great shot from Rip, as English will just put it over. Rip will put it over once more. George, her shot does not get blocked. Another thing that I'm noticing here for this Coffeyville squad in comparison to the Pittsburg High Purple Dragons is when the Purple Dragons go up to block, they've got 2 bodies there in front of each and every kill attempt. When the Coffeyville Golden Tornadoes go to block, it's 1. You've got 1 person up there just trying to one-on-one these players that are rolling, and obviously the person that's trying to spike it has the advantage.
And that's so important. I mean, to get your communication to get 2 people over there, because it like cuts your space to shoot in half. It makes you have to play so much smarter and be less aggressive. You can't hit it over as much.
Well, and it keeps it pretty condensed or keeps Pittsburg High kind of honest there, as they can't just rip one right down at the floor. You really got to kind of go for a bit of a placement shot, even though you are trying to put some power behind it. So a couple of changes here for Coffeyville, and I think you've got a pretty sound team, but I'm starting to see really the effects of that 2-17 season so far for them.
And it will be a 9-point lead here for Pitt High early.
Maxwell with the serve. Goes right to Wintgen. Just be sent back over by Barnes, and Stumo says, you have it. And a kill attempt from Jeter, no dice.
And that's another time, Pittsburgh had 2 bodies right at the net. Great defense there. I believe it was Odessa Reed able to get the block on that one.
Shows the benefits of that communication, the rotations from Pittsburg High.
And Pittsburgh High really is just able to punish you from a lot of different places on the court. Right at the net, in the soft spot, in the corners. It is a really tough cover on defense for this Pittsburgh High squad.
Well, and they mix up their attacking so well, I think, as well. That's something that, I've called for 3 different volleyball teams this season, one community college and 2 high schools. And I noticed that Pittsburgh High, out of that group, is one of the more kind of electric teams to watch, as they just mix things up so well and keep that defending team on their toes. Truly, it's a bit impressive that they've even lost 8 games. And I start to think, those had to be self-inflicted losses, where you just couldn't get out of the mistake hole, and it was just the other team kind of rolling off of your failures.
And I think that is one thing that tends to happen when you're such a creative offensive team and try and find a bunch of different spots, is you might tend to make a couple more mistakes every game, or you might blow maybe a considered easy one to some teams if you're making mistakes. But when you're on, you can be really on, and tonight we're seeing it.
Jeter will just send it over. This one is set to English as she misfires and gives Coffeyville their 4th point, 14-4. It's a 10-point deficit for Coffeyville.
That time it looked like English knew it. She was a little mad at herself on that one, just missed.
And just a bit frustrated, and the timing on that shot was just off. And there we see another kind of mistake from Pittsburgh High, as a little hesitation from Sarah Miller may have cost him that one. 14-5. This one is bumped into the stands.
Cadence Burns just couldn't quite get around on that one. Hit it a little too far up and not back into the court.
Continuing to serve is Rip. Jeter goes for the back right and finds it. All of a sudden, a bit of a different narrative that Coffeyville is pushing right now. Pittsburg High looks a little on their heels.
Yeah, this is really when you want to start attacking the other team and get aggressive, because they might, take their foot off the gas a little bit with an early big lead. So Coffeyville, they're saying, we're not done. We're not quitting.
And a big block up front by Manley brings it down to only a 6-point separation.
And that time they still only had one defender up, but just a great play by Manley.
A good one-on-one, and she put her forearms right into it. Rip is keeping it good on the service, but comes up a little bit long on that one, so Mantooth will take over.
And a great decision there from Erica Maxwell and Cadence Burns. They were both looking at it. They were both tempted, but that one sailed out. This is a good decision.
7-point lead for the Purple Dragons as they look to roll off of that. Set. Spike is good from Manley. And just a bit slow out of this Purple Dragons team. Kind of a bit of a different play style that we're seeing, or that we've seen through the first set and a half.
I mean, yeah, the energy does look a little bit different. They're not getting as many attacks off. And that time it was a great spike there from Manley, finding a spot in that defense.
And that'll be a call against Reed, as they're going to say she stepped across. So now 15-10. Coffeyville enters the double digits, and that one goes to, oh no.
Yeah, looks
Excuse me, it does go to Coffeyville. I saw the official point towards Pittsburg High, and I thought it was a little bit long, but I was like, I don't know. She may have seen something different. And that one's blocked up front. Just kind of amazing what Coffeyville's putting together here.
They're really starting to pour them on here. I mean, and it's that defense at the net. I mean, they've gotten a couple blocks, and when they're able to just make Pittsburgh's offense kind of struggle, and when Pittsburgh's not able to get easy shots off, it'll get you rolling a little bit. They're coming back here.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 points from the Purple Dragons have both been off of missed serves from Coffeyville. They haven't been able to score on traditional scoring plays as of late. And there's Jeter hitting the upright, which will bump this to a 5-point lead.
And like you said pregame, I mean, Pittsburg High getting points off mistakes, it's not really, I mean, you're getting the points, but it doesn't feel the same way it does when you're actually making a play and you feel that momentum of hitting the ball or getting a save.
Yeah, and I think right now Pittsburg High does need a little bit of that momentum, seeing what they were doing against Coffeyville, and that was a mistake. I believe Mantooth ran into the net on that play.
And Layla Manley, she's got her fingerprints all over this one. I mean, that time another pretty great defensive play, able to hit it right at the net.
Nash will go back to serve for Coffeyville. This one's bumped, set for Watts, and she sends it home.
And Watts that time, I mean, I could see that run and start for a minute. She knew exactly what she wanted to do, and she got some force on that one.
Well, and the power that she has, and such a great setter with her team. You know, you have Stumo, Mantooth, even George. You see her set occasionally. Reed gets a couple of those every now and then as well. And the power that you have when you know the timing of your teammate is just such an advantage. There's Mantooth, and there it is again.
Yeah, same thing, and it really is so much easier to get those points when you have that timing and those like precise passes. It really is way easier to score points.
Yeah, not to take away from Watts and her ability to put the ball into the opponent's side of the floor, but she has such a good advantage with her setters to be able to just time up her jump like she does. Here's Rutherford to put it over. Watts with the bump. Back across. Now Manley will try to put it over and will hit the net. Into the 20s goes the Purple Dragons as they extend their lead back to 7. Reed, number 7, at the service line.
And you'd like to see Coffeyville go on another run that they had earlier in this second set, as they're needing it. Pittsburgh just 5 away from winning this one.
Yeah, it's certainly difficult. I talk in a lot of my broadcasts about the number 20. And 20 is kind of that do or die situation number for a lot of these teams, as we see Coffeyville claim another, for a lot of these teams to pick it up. I mean, you really just can't. Every single point matters. Not that it doesn't always, but after that, it is essential that you are valuing every single point like it's the last. Here's a bump. Back across as Rip just puts it over. Watts will go up for it and find the point.
And you can just tell every teammate of Ivy Watts, they're just always checking. They're always looking at Watts, seeing what she's doing to see if they can set her up. Another great shot there from Watts.
Yeah, she has been that primary target for the sets. English, the number 2 on the list for kills for this Purple Dragon squad, and that one nearly reaches the stands. Just a bit deep off the palm of Forker. Bumped up and, oh man, you heard the ball calls and just nobody committing to it. That's a tough point.
Yeah, the self-inflicted wounds here you never like to see, especially getting into the end of a game like this.
Wingen will go for that back line. Can't find it. And Pittsburgh High will now put themselves in set point here.
Great kill that time from Anna George, and she was looking for a spot as she's going in the air and able to find her a spot without a defender.
This one's set for Rip. Blocked by George and Watts collective. Rutherford will put it over. Watts to Stumo, back to Watts. Blocked up front, and it falls on the Coffeyville side. And that will conclude game 1 here in Pittsburgh. Stay tuned as Coffeyville and Parsons will play. You'll get to see a little bit of that as well. And then Pittsburgh will be facing off against Parsons later tonight. So stay tuned here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. We'll take a break and be right back.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the 4-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Thanks to your support, Canara Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Canara Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawlcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Gerard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Gerard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Gerard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Gerard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Gerard.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC. When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan. A plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Gerard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Gerard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Gerard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Gerard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Gerard.
Going to go ahead and step aside for the Parsons Coffeyville game as they're going to face off before we see Pittsburg High again. Big thanks once again to our presenting sponsor, Crochan. And stay tuned as we'll have a pregame show, keys to the game, and opening kickoff presentations. With that, we'll go ahead and talk about our halfway sponsor, GN Bank, as we're about halfway through the broadcast tonight. GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. For more than 100 years, whether it's personal, business, or agricultural needs, trust the team at GN Bank. Find out more at gn-bank.com for more information, or you can call them at 620-231-4200 on 1206 South Broadway Street in Pittsburg, Kansas. Go visit GN Bank today and their friendly team. So like I said, we'll go ahead and step aside. We'll be back before the beginning of the Pittsburg High and Parsons game, set for 6 o'clock on the first serve. So stay tuned for that.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
And we're back here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. I'm Drake Miller here, joined by Zach Faribaugh. And we've got game 3. You just saw Parsons beat Coffeyville in a 2-0 game score. Both of those sets being pretty dominant victories for Parsons as they look to roll into Pittsburgh High, who is taking a game off. And we'll see if that really has any kind of effect on this Purple Dragons squad.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they still have grease in their wheels when they come back. Last time against Coffeyville, I mean, they were on a roll, took care of business early, and then went to break. Parsons Vikings looked really good also against Coffeyville. So should be pretty exciting. Should be a pretty good match here we got.
Yeah, comparatively, I think Parsons gave up just a couple more points. They're currently 17-7 on the season after that win against Coffeyville. Coffeyville falls to 2-19 on the season alongside 2 other ties. And like we said, those 2 wins came from the beginning of the season. So that was, it's been a long road for them in the last couple of months. And I can only imagine kind of what it would feel like to go through basically the entirety of the regular season without really claiming a win other than your first 2 matches. But prepping the Purple Dragons, who talking about some of the highlights of that match against Coffeyville, I would say they ran some pretty good routine plays. They found a lot of soft spots in that defense, which I feel like isn't going to be as prominent against this Parsons team. We'll see what kind of formation they're running, but Pittsburgh High just really capitalized on a lot of the opportunities that they were given, and most of the points that they gave away were self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah, I think it'll come down to Ivory Watts and Anna George right at the net. I think this time to score some more points. I agree with you. Last time they were getting some easy stuff down, so this time I think Pittsburgh High will have to be more aggressive in setting up their shots. and making sure that Parsons doesn't get as many of their easy offense going, easy slams, try and contest at the net, make some shots harder.
Yeah, for one thing that I mentioned during that Coffeyville match was Pittsburg High was playing pretty much on the front 3/4 of the court, and although you can't cross that midline, it was kind of figuratively speaking, they were just playing up against the net basically the entire time against Coffeyville, and the Golden Tornadoes just had a really tough time getting it across the net and into attacking position. They just felt like they were on their heels a lot of the time at that back line and just couldn't quite get a good offensive structure going or really just any kind of formulating offense throughout that entire match. So Pittsburgh did a great job dominating, which is what I think you had to do against a team like that. You want to come in and just kind of dominate, feel a little bit nice going into your next match against Parsons, which is a team that you're going to see every single day you play volleyball from here on out in the regular season. Scheduled for the 13th, which will be Parsons and Coffeyville again. And then on the 21st, they'll have Parsons in the mix for that last hurrah in the regular season. I believe we've got senior night activities due up as well, so we'll make sure to cover those here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. So stay tuned for that as we are letting this junior varsity match wrap up. But one big thing that I noted for Pittsburgh High was their dominant victories over some big-name schools like Frontenac and Joplin, and then falling short to some other schools like Carl Junction, which are definitely a smaller student body than schools like Frontenac and Joplin. And I think, you look back on those matches and you just think, play your style, and you carry that into the postseason. You go down a set, then you might change some things up at that point.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh just has so much size up front. I mean, they're really able to do a lot of things with that offensively and defensively. And then with Erica Maxwell in the back as the libero to set some things up, set up the offense and get some saves on defense. It's really a formula that they've got working well right now.
Yeah, and then you've got Mantooth and Stumo, which I talked a little bit about previously in that first match about how big of a deal it is to have such consistent setters like Stumo and Mantooth, and even Reed and George find themselves in that position as well. But for Watts and English and even Miller, it's so much easier, and it's such a benefit for them when they're trying to time up their steps and their kill attempts, for them to have such a consistency throughout their setters. And I feel like the credit doesn't go to them enough. As a lot of times you just kind of look at that kills category and go, oh, Watts is really good, Miller's really good, English is really good, and that's certainly nothing to take away from them as they are very skilled and talented players. But it certainly makes their job a little bit easier when you have that consistent support of your teammates.
And that's absolutely one thing that we saw against Coffeyville was great setups from the supporting players and able to get Watts and English into some very good spots to set up the ball.
Looks like they're going to head to set number 3 on that junior varsity squad game. So we'll go ahead and take a break here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. Oh, excuse me.
In addition to celebrating our seniors, tonight is also our team's ribbon night. Each player has chosen a disease or illness close to their heart, whether it's something they face personally, supported a loved one through, or simply something they want to raise awareness for. You'll notice each athlete wearing a colored ribbon that represents their chosen cause. These ribbons are more than symbols. They're statements of compassion, strength, and solidarity. Together, we play not just for victory, but for visibility, awareness, and hope. We want to thank Megan Mantooth, our Booster Club president, who came up with this theme and brought the vision to life. Jennifer Trisler from Equity Bank, who supplied the girls' warm-up shirts. And the finishing touch, who donated the senior gifts to our program. Now, let's meet our senior class. Cadence Burns. Cadence is being escorted by her parents, Lucas and Catherine Ailing. Cadence has participated in volleyball for 4 years, soccer for 4 years, GBL for 4 years, Key Club for 4 years, Book Club for 2 years, and NHS for 2 years. Cadence's favorite volleyball memory has been making new friends and getting closer to old ones. When asked what her advice is for underclassmen, Cadence said, "Don't be afraid to get loud and get excited." After graduation, Cadence plans to study criminal justice. Cadence has chosen to wear purple this evening to show support to her younger brother, Brooks, who has been diagnosed with epilepsy. Lauren Crawford. Lauren is being escorted by her parents, Kevin and Michelle Crawford. Lauren has participated in volleyball for 4 years, FCA for 4 years, GBL for 4 years, POSA for 4 years, Key Club for 2 years, and Encore for 1 year. Lauren's favorite volleyball memory has been going to tournaments. When asked what her advice is to underclassmen, Lauren said, "Don't be afraid to try new things." After graduation, Lauren plans to study psychology at Pitt State in hopes of becoming a child psychologist. Lauren has chosen to wear pink this evening to show her support for her Mima, Brenda Derringer, who lost her fight to breast cancer in 2024. Anna Jorge. Anna is being escorted by her aunt, Sia Lau. Anna has participated in volleyball for 4 years, GBL for 4 years, basketball for 4 years, and track for 4 years. Anna's favorite memory has been going out to eat with the team and spending the night in hotels before the Andover tournament. Anna's advice for underclassmen is, "Don't be afraid to fail, volleyball is a mental game." After graduation, Anna plans to attend KU and major in exercise science. Anna has also chosen to wear purple this evening in support of Brooks Ailing. Faith Kinsey. Faith is being escorted by her parents, Bob and Beth Kinsey. Faith has participated in volleyball for 4 years, basketball for 1 year, track for 4 years, GBL for 4 years, FCA for 4 years, NHS for 2 years, and Book Club for 1 year. Faith's favorite memory has been team bonding and growing close with teammates and coaches. Faith's advice to underclassmen is, work hard, have fun, and be coachable. After graduation, Faith plans to attend Pitt State, and her major is undecided. Faith has also chosen to wear purple ribbon this evening in support of Brooks Ailing. Odessa Reed. Odessa is being escorted by her mom, Amanda Norris. Odessa has participated in volleyball for 4 years, basketball for 4 years, track for 2 years, soccer for 1 year, GBL for 4 years, FCA for 4 years, POSA for 4 years, Science Club for 3 years, Math Club for 2 years, and Key Club for 2 years. Odessa's favorite volleyball memory was making the team her freshman year. Odessa's advice to underclassmen is, the score at the end of the game is irrelevant if you don't play your best. After graduation, Odessa plans to go to college and eventually med school. Odessa has chosen to wear lavender this evening to show support for everyone who has fought or lost a battle to cancer. Mari Sumo. Lauren is being escorted by her parents, Carl and Nicole Sumo. Lauren has participated in volleyball for 4 years and GBL for 2 years. She is currently a GBL officer. Lauren's favorite memory was the team's wins against Frontenac this year. Maureen's advice to underclassmen is, don't be hard on yourself. Volleyball is a sport where errors are just part of the game. No one plays a perfect match. What really matters is how you handle those moments. After graduation, Maureen plans to attend Pitt State and is undecided on her major. Maureen has also chosen to wear a purple ribbon this evening in support of Brooks Ealing. Ivory Watts. Ivory has been escorted by her parents, Stephanie and Alan Watts. Ivory has participated in volleyball for 4 years, GBL for 4 years, track for 4 years, FCA for 1 year, and cheer for 1 year. Ivory's favorite memory has been trolling and messing around with online games. Ivory's advice to underclassmen is, just have fun and don't be afraid to be yourself. After graduation, Ivory plans to attend the University of Arkansas and is undecided on her major. Ivory has also chosen to wear a purple ribbon this evening in support of Brooks Ealing. Seniors, thank you for the leadership, dedication, and passion that you poured into our program. You have been a great example for all of us of what it means to be a Purple Dragon. We will miss you so much, but we will continue to carry on the legacy you've left behind. Audience, please join me in a round of applause for our seniors.
Back on for Pittsburgh Sports Live. Drake Miller here, joined with Zach Fairbaugh for the beginning of this varsity matchup, Parsons versus Pittsburgh High. We were breaking down what we saw in the Coffeyville match, and looks pretty solid for Pittsburgh High going into this one, trying to break, or they just broke 20 wins on the season. They're 20-8 currently, trying to keep it out of the double digits loss category for them on the season. So if they can do that, I would say that's a extremely successful regular season run that they've put together.
On the other side there, Parsons, they're in the same sort of situation. I mean, 17-7, pretty similar records there. I mean, we should have a great match here coming up.
Yeah, just a little less experience for this Parsons team, which is expected, you know, with Pittsburgh High playing as many as they have this season. But we'll go ahead and send it to a break. We'll be right back on Pittsburgh Sports Live for the pregame.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Thanks to your support, Canara Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Canara Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawl Can's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawl Can. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the 4-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the 4-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
do an experiment to see just how fast CrawlCan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the CrawlCan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
Thanks to your support, Kanar Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kanar Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
It's The Rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The Rush is why we need a plan. A plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Thanks to your support, Kanar Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kanar Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Gerard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Gerard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Gerard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Gerard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Gerard.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast CrawlCan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the CrawlCan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
And we're back on Pittsburgh Sports Live here with the pregame show brought to you by Community National Bank. Community National Bank and Trust, your neighbors, your partners, and your biggest supporters. From personal and business banking to mortgages, credit cards, and investments, CNB has the tools you need with the service you deserve. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, where community comes first. Starting lineups are also brought to you, or excuse me, not starting lineups, but keys to the game brought to you by Vietti Auto Body and Alignment in Pittsburgh on the corner of 4th and Joplin since 1948 with John Holland and Bill Hunt now in the Vietti Alignment Shop. If it can be aligned, they will align it. From golf carts and side-by-sides all the way up to F550s and small buses, they'll get it done. Schedule your appointment by calling Vietti Auto Body and Alignment, 620-231-6230. Talked about what Coffeyville needed to do to take down Pittsburgh High. Certainly didn't go in their direction tonight, but looking across the board at Parsons, you see a team that's probably equally as good, if not just slightly underdogs to the Purple Dragons. Zach, what would you say Parsons is going to need to put together tonight?
I think they're going to need to keep up some aggression. And Braylon Hines-Mitchell, she had a really good match just last match against the Coffeyville Golden Tornadoes. And I'm expecting her to have a big role in this one. And then the freshman Brogan Adams will be starting for Libero for the Parsons Vikings. So I expect that'll be huge. I'm looking at her performance to have a big one. Be consistent at that libero spot. Good serves, good digs. Set up some teammates.
Yeah, I totally agree. And then you look at this Pittsburgh High squad. You know, you just broke 20 wins, trying to keep yourself out of double-digit losses. You're currently at 8 on the season. And now student section filling up. You got a bigger crowd for this game than you did for the Coffeyville game. Certainly a bigger advantage stepping into this Parsons contest. But for them, I feel like it's pretty standard. You know, it's standard issue. You're looking to just do what you've been doing all season. You know, executing on the well drawn up plays. Don't shoot yourselves in the foot. Keep it rolling pretty clean, and I think that they'll have a pretty good time. I think regardless of how each of these teams plays, we're going to see a nice contest tonight.
Yeah, and for these Purple Dragons, it's senior night for them, and they had about an hour, 20-minute rest here from the last match they played against Coffeyville. So we can see how that will affect their energy coming out to start through the gates. I expect Parsons to be ready and excited to start this one, coming off a win against Coffeyville.
Yeah, first match was extremely quick. We kicked it off at 4 o'clock, and it was only about 30 to 40 minutes long in the first 2 sets. Well, then we rolled into the next one, and Parsons had a bit of a tougher time with Coffeyville, you know, giving up a couple points that were certainly not necessary for him. And I think that's what kind of gives the Purple Dragons the upper hand coming into this matchup is the direct comparison between how you played against Coffeyville, against a team that probably shouldn't put up more than about 15 on both of these teams comparatively. But they fought their own fights against both the Vikings and the Purple Dragons. Got to see some interesting volleyball from both of those teams, and now these two going to face off here for the final match of the night.
And the Purple Dragons offense is just so consistent. I mean, their ability to spread the ball around to everybody, get everybody involved, and just find different places on the court to attack. I mean, if it's the corners, if it's the middle, if it's just right under the net, they can always find kind of a different area to attack, and it just always keeps the defense on their toes, kind of guessing, and like you said earlier, kind of back on their heels, and it makes it harder for the opposing team to get their offense going when they're always backed up and looking for answers to the Pittsburgh offense.
Well, we'll go ahead and step aside, take a break here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. We'll be right back for the opening tip-off.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GerardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto.
Back on Pittsburgh Sports Live, Pittsburgh High versus Parsons High. Getting ready to duke it out. Talked about what they needed to do to get it done for both of these teams. Rolling into the end of the regular season, one thing we didn't really mention was the fact that these two teams are going to meet 2 more times in the next month, in the next 2 weeks rather, for competition. So this is a big momentum builder headed into the end of the regular season, as half of the games to go are going to be between both of these teams.
And from a coaching perspective, it really gives you something to look at. I mean, you have a direct comparison against the exact same team week after week. So it kind of lets you work on some things that you might not normally be able to see or might not normally be able to notice. And you can really tell your improvement when you're playing the exact same team. I think it'll be good for them coming into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think for both of these teams, it's going to be great. This is a great competition. They're going to get to see the competitiveness of both of these squads, both winning records by a good margin too. They're not just like 8-7. They're not 11-10. They've got a pretty good margin of victory in the regular season, so they've not been on the receiving end of the losses. So good way to boot yourself up for the postseason. But I think the only problem is that the repetition might start getting in the way. You might start seeing the team that dominates within the first 2 matchups slip a couple sets here and there in the third, or maybe even the whole match. So it's going to be a lot of reps between these two. But right now, we've got number 1 as we head into the back half of this regular season. Watts tries to put away the first point, and that she does.
And Watts starting it off hot. Great hit there from Watts right to Brogan Adams. Couldn't quite corral it and keep it in. That one had some heat on it.
Adams was just standing on that back line trying to receive the heater coming off the palms of Watts, and didn't quite have the positioning for it. Miller tries to put away another. This one's back across the net. Great return. Watts gets another. Back-to-back for Ivory Watts. That was a great return earlier on by 35 of the Vikings. That's Alexia Ludwig.
And a pretty good setup there from Erica Maxwell to set up Watts. And Watts a little bit far back on that kill attempt, but still got it to fall just right in between the Parsons defenders.
Yeah, threaded the needle between those upright arms, and we've got a bit of a discussion as to something for this head coach Barmiller.
Yeah, it looks like the refs will talk this one over, see what's going on, as Pittsburgh, as of now, has a 2-0 lead in this first set.
Should be a quick discussion, I would think. You know, either you rule it a jump ball, which they did, and so that'll actually take the point away from Pittsburgh High, I believe. And they're going to talk to Ona George.
So no points awarded that time?
So no points on that specific point. So just kind of null and void as they boot up again. And this is a situation that can really swing the momentum of the game. And Ivory Watts just gets it again.
almost that same exact thing that she scored for the null point. I mean, that time, again, straight in between the Parsons defender's hands.
Says if it didn't count the first time, I'll just do it again. Ball doesn't lie. Stumo will bump it up. Maxwell across, and English will just put it over the net. And that kill attempt off the mark. Swinging was Hinman Mitchell.
That time you see Miller and George up there at the net to try and contest that one, and a great contest it is as they force it out.
This one ends up short. Stumo with some good placement there, and the block falls on the Pittsburgh side for George and Miller. That was the first time that ball has ended up on the Pittsburgh high floor. This one's bumped up. Stumo to Watts. And that'll fall.
And up until that little error from Neely West, I mean, that was a really good rally. It was making Pittsburgh work for it, having to get a couple slams down, and you saw the Pittsburgh Dragons trying an easy shot there in the middle and it not working.
This one's bumped, and 4 touches by Parsons' team. That is just, and that was nothing crazy either on that play. It wasn't like they were in a scramble drill. It just kind of didn't make it across in time, and a mistake that you just can't let happen. Stumo will just find the space. Pittsburgh High taking an assertive lead here early.
And that was just a really smart play from Stumo. I mean, the fake set up the spike and then just tuck it in, find a spot where no one's at. That time they got it to fall right in the middle of the court.
And that one will be a clean ace. A nice shot out of Pittsburgh High, and Parsons will need a timeout. We'll take one with them and be right back on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
And Watts was the one with the ace to bring it to 7. As she will continue her serve. English will move up to the front as Watts kind of plays that outside hitter role, and Stumo and English collapse, couldn't quite get to it. Couldn't quite get to it, and that'll award Parsons their second point.
Yeah, great decision there from Brianna Kramer. Trying to put it in a spot, and a little miscommunication there from Pitt. Able to get it to fall.
Adams, the freshman, gets the ace. As she continues, Maxwell bumps to Stumo. Stumo to George, and George puts it over.
And Stumo just put that one in a perfect spot. I mean, just right, barely above the net, right where she can get her full max vertical and slam that one home. Great setup there from Stumo.
Maxwell on the serve now, 8-3. Great block by Reed. They'll have to reestablish, and Stumo receives the kill attempt. English tries to put it away. This one getting away from Parsons, but they recover. English again. Does she find it? Yes. Back line and in. Great series by Pittsburgh High on that point.
And it's a great job by English. She tried the first time, and the Parsons Vikings were ready for it. She tried it again. That time she found a better spot and laid it down.
And that was a great response from Hinman Mitchell to bring it to 9-4, as Parsons does not want this one to get too out of hand. You gotta boot something up at some point as Mitchell goes back to serve. Watts bumps to Stumo, to Reed. Reed off the block, and
looks like two of the Vikings kind of tripped over each other on that one.
I was trying to figure out if she was injured or if she was laughing. I was a bit concerned there for him and Mitchell, but it looks like she's all right. But, yeah, it looked like she tripped over the foot of Ludwig on that transition. And just that's that scramble drill that Pittsburg High is really good at putting Parsons in so far today.
And scramble is just never where you want to be. It's the hardest spot in the sport.
Stumo fakes to Reed. Watts comes in from behind. That was a phenomenal drawn-up offensive play. Reed went up acting like she was going to put it down, and then Watts came in, swooped in, and took down the points. Haven't seen that much this season out of Pittsburg High, but love the visual. (11-5) after Parsons takes back a point. Vikings still kind of establishing what they want to do defensively, I would say, as that's been their struggle so far.
Yeah, they've been able to get some good attempts down, and that time Ania Robertson scored on the kill. They've been able to generate some pretty good offense. It's just that defense has been struggling.
And Reed hammered down.
And
puts it in the back right.
Another just terrific setup from Stumo. I mean, in the exact spot where you want it, and Reed able to slam that one down super hard. Gets Pittsburgh a 7-point lead here early on.
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, an impressive start for the Purple Dragons. They've pretty well earned just about every single point so far that they have on the board, as it has put the Vikings, either they put them in a really tough defensive situation where they're scrambling to keep the ball in play, or they just get a clean hit right to the floor, and the Vikings aren't able to recover. So it's been earn it for the Purple Dragons, and they certainly have, with that being a misfire.
Yeah, that served just a little too far from English. And I think the Vikings, to your point, I think they could get up at the net more and try and make some of these shots harder for Pittsburgh, make them work a little bit more for that easy offense.
And Watts gets it across on the block. Him and Mitchell, or excuse me, no, that was Robertson on the misfire for the kill attempt, 14-6. But yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. The Vikings probably need to kind of apply some pressure, maybe get a little more aggressive here. You're down pretty deep in the hole, so I think it's important that you start trying out some new things, maybe play just a little farther up than what you're usually comfortable with. And George says, it doesn't matter how far you play up, I'm right here.
And Ania Robertson, that time, she did do a good job of getting up there. She just couldn't quite finish the looks, but I do like her being up there, being physical and active.
A good dig by English. English again receiving that one across the net. Watts tries to go up and put it down. She'll go up for the block this time. It's well put over the net by Manners. Back across. Manners with the bump. And then Mitchell. Stumo, George. Back across. Parsons in a scramble drill. And they get the point off of the tip.
Yeah, that was a great time applying pressure there from Parsons. I mean, they just kept on attacking. And after every shot, Pittsburgh's defense just got a little more tired, a little more spread out.
Well, and really both teams did a great job on the recovery from the kill attempts into that transition for offense. But I would say Parsons, their attacks were just a little bit stronger than that of the Purple Dragons. And, oh my goodness, so close. Stumo kept it off the net, but Watts lays out for it and couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, and that time a little scramble drill for the Dragons. And it's just so hard to get that ball back up in the air once it's so close to the ground. it's hard to get all the way under it.
George will get the point.
George, one of the best offensive and defensive weapons here for the Pittsburgh Dragons.
Yeah, she's done a great deal defensively, leads the team in blocks, and rightfully so. I mean, you will see it throughout this match, how good she is at blocking, and Maxwell grabs an ace there. But how good she is at blocking, as she has been absolutely phenomenal this season. This one's across the net. Stumo will go to George. George going on the offensive and gets the point.
Great slam there from George. Parsons just not quite ready for that one. Kind of in the middle part of that court, middle left side. Didn't have most of their defense over there.
Yeah, the Vikings on a bit of a struggle bus here against Pittsburgh High as Maxwell gets another. Or no, not Maxwell, that's Stumo. This one goes again. Stumo on a roll here. 20-8.
And the Purple Dragons in general, I mean, they've put on quite a bit of points here, just piling up. 20-8 now.
And mostly off of just serving points, and my goodness. Such a tough read, and you can see the frustration coming from that Vikings side as they're going to need to take a timeout. We'll take a break. Be right back.
Thanks to your support, Kanar Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kanar Eye Care, the clear choice for your family.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Back on for Pittsburgh Sports Live.
And Pittsburgh Purple Dragons have had a dominant start here, up by 13. Got the offense and defense working out, and that time another block there.
That one falls on the Pittsburgh side, though, so that will go in favor of Parsons. 21-9, trying to keep this team in single digits, and if you do that in set one, what a kind of ego boost it would be for Pittsburgh High going into the following sets and also into the following matchups that they're going to be seeing Parsons in later on in this month.
Yeah, you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself, but, I mean, having a dominant win like that can really give you confidence just the next time you go against that same team. I mean, we beat them before. We know we can do it.
They exchange blows on missed serves. Maxwell receives that one. English bumps to Miller. Miller, what a play.
And what a precise spot. I mean, she hit the ball the opposite direction of where her body was headed, and it was able to just fool that Parsons defense for just enough time.
And I'll tell you what, that was really just a mistake on the Parsons defense. That set was perfectly placed for that purpose, but for them to leave that sideline so open on a play like that where Miller has so much hang time, it's just such a risky business. You got to leave that deep part deep. You know, you got to leave the deep sections of the floor deep and force them to go into the defense, and that's going to be a 4-touch on the Parsons side, and frustration setting in as 25-10 will be the score of set one. We'll go ahead and take a break, and we'll be right back.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
As we're back on for Pittsburgh Sports Live, Eye on the Game after the first set will be brought to you by Kanar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first set, Kanar Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kanar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at canareyecare.com. That first set was a little bit ugly from the Parsons end. You could really see that they were trying to get some stuff put together, just couldn't quite find their mojo. And Pittsburgh High, I mean, talk about taking an hour-and-a-half break and all of a sudden just rolling into it immediately. A 7-1 lead at one point, which is just outstanding.
I mean, yeah, it's senior night. They brought that energy. They were ready to go and came out to a pretty surprising lead. I was expecting that one to be a little bit more close. Parsons is going to have to keep it reined in here to start out. You just can't let Pittsburgh get up so much right at the beginning. And I think they were quite a bit more aggressive about midway through that set when they realized they were down. So I think if they come up with that aggression right at the start here, I think it'll do wonders for them.
Well, just under a minute left in this break, as I believe they're going to cut it short. Both teams look to be taking the floor pretty confidently, as they'll boot up set number 2. I believe it is a best of 3 here, as it was a triangular tonight. And Sarah Miller opens it up strong. That one had some velo.
Yeah, that one was moving quick. I mean, went all the way over to the other side of the court. Hard to return that one.
No wonder they tried to block off that angle last time when she found the short ball. Stumo lays it up for George. This time Watts will come to pick up the pieces. George again. Miller tries to find space. Both of these teams battling it out at the front. Stumo. Watts, Stumo, English with the kill, and it's out.
I mean, that was great stuff from both sides. I mean, the reaction time from both defenses were terrific. Saw a bunch of great saves, and getting the ball up in the air early so you don't have to make those late diving saves is really important. That time Parsons able to score the point there on that long rally.
And they will give it right back with a faulty serve. That was Adams, the libero. Liberos have been a huge part in today's matchup. So they've been playing a big role on the dig side, just like you said, getting the ball up early. That looked like a misfire from Hinman Mitchell, but worked out well for this Parsons team.
Yeah, it looked like it just dipped that left shoulder a little bit and sent it flying outside the court. A couple errors from both sides, really, to start 2-2 here.
Yeah, outside of Miller's dominant kill, it's really been both teams just kind of messing up to give out the other points. That time, I would say Pittsburgh High earned it. 3 bodies up to block it, and they were not letting that one cross over on the net.
I was going to say, when you get there that early and you have that many bodies at the net, I mean, there's just nothing Parsons could do about that one. Nowhere to shove the ball.
At that point, I feel like you got to make a mid-air audible, just try to get it over the blockers, go for maybe a late touch. It's certainly tough, but it's something that a lot of really skilled players can do and something that takes a lot of practice.
And the reason why that's so important is because now the ball's coming way softer. It's not as much as a slam, which is why defense is so important here.
Pittsburg High starting to find their groove again.
That time Parsons just in a little bit of a scramble drill. That one went over by the net, couldn't get it up.
Mantooth on the serve, sends it across to Inman Mitchell. Robertson tries to put it away, can't go. Mantooth sets it to Reed. Reed deals the killing blow, 5-2.
And that's kind of what me and you were just talking about. Just a soft little tap, find a spot where nobody's sitting. It's a really hard shot to hit because you got to have some anticipation, but just a little tap finds a spot.
And great send by Inman Mitchell. And it finds space between Maxwell and Burns.
Yeah, that was a hard shot to hit from Burns. I mean, it was just so high in the air, it's hard to get a read on those balls. It's almost like trying to catch a punt.
Yeah, it's like if two people were back deep to receive a punt. It's just kind of tough communication when it's not really distinguished. As Parsons picks up another there. Misfire on the kill attempt from Crawford, the senior.
Yeah, good accuracy there from Crawford. Got it in between the two defenders, but just put a little too much mustard on that one.
Mantooth up to Reed. Reed fakes, and it gets blocked, but out of bounds. Or gets blocked by Parsons, off of the hands of English and then out of bounds. So kind of a messy point there for Pittsburg High. I think they were going for another one of those fakes and just off tempo.
Yeah, I think their timing on that setup was just a little off.
Sends it over as Adams. Mantooth will try to just pop it over the net. This one's up for Robertson, and it's kept up by a dual effort. English will just go over and touch the net, which gives Parsons their first lead tonight, 5-6.
Yeah, we got a close match here and a lot of effort from both sides on that time. Good defensive plays, good consistent digs, keeping the ball up.
Yeah, a lot of lengthy, drawn-out points. I think for Pittsburg High, as we see them kind of go back to those routine kills from Crawford, what I was just about to say is I think they just need to go back to their routine methods. I feel like they're trying to just get it over the nets a couple of times and not really assert that killing blow that we saw earlier on in set one. And then we just saw it out of Crawford. Seems to be working out. Adams will just put it over. Watts up for the kill. Almost finds the ground. This one's over for Mantooth, and she gets the point.
Yeah, really great play from Mantooth. I mean, just trying to catch the Parsons defense unexpectedly. That time gives them a little surprise tap over. Finds a spot.
Here's English on the serve. This one's just put over by Kramer. Reed will do the same for Pittsburg High. A great dig from Maxwell as she will have to book it back across and couldn't quite get there in time.
Yeah, pretty good effort there from the Dragons. Now we're all tied up. 7-7. Vikings coming in swinging at this set.
7-7 here in set number 2. Maxwell probably a little bit fatigued now after playing for so long, and they're going to call that one out from Watts, which gives Parsons their lead right back, 8-7. I do like the aggression from Pittsburg High, though, it seems like they flow just a little bit better when they're going for those nice killing blows like we see out of Watts just there. That one was blocked though. They'll just go over with it. Reed receives. English to Watts. Watts just puts it over. Back to Maxwell on the back line. And a cross for Pittsburg High as they tie it back up.
And that was a great set there from Maxwell. I mean, once with the diving save, and then right after that having to get back up and make a pretty good hit and set up on that one. Great stuff there.
Yeah, great play from Pittsburg High as they are looking a little more consistent now with the group that they've got on the floor. And
that one will just fall out from Robertson. Maybe a little bit of an error there.
Well, that was in for Parsons. Robertson actually did pretty much exactly the same thing that Miller did to them in the last set. So taking a little page out of your opponent's book. Hinman Mitchell tries to go over and couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, a little bit of a scramble drill on that one. You'd like to see the second ball have a little bit more air under it, so Hinman Mitchell has more time to get under it and sit it over, but that time just falls to the ground, and we're still tied up.
Here's Parsons to send it over by Hinman Mitchell. Stumo sets for George, and that one won't fall. Adams, that one probably was a little deep, but a great block over the head of the Purple Dragons. And Parsons keeping it at 1 point.
Hinman Mitchell was just sitting right at the net waiting for that one to just barely come over, and she just slammed it home. Great play there from her.
Bumped up, Watts will bump it across as English goes over the net. Hinman Mitchell tries to get it, but it was denied at the net by English and George.
Yeah, pretty good 1-2 defense there. Blocking off that whole side of the net, hard to get a shot off.
Watts' serve skims the net, nearly works out. Miller goes to Stumo, Stumo to English. Adams will recover for Parsons. Now English will try another, and she gets it.
And another great save there from Maxwell, and able to get it to English. I mean, great chemistry right there, setting up English a couple times, finally getting her to score.
Pittsburg High will take their lead back, 11-10. Stumo goes up, English goes down, and grabs number 12.
And I like how Pittsburg High, once they see someone flowing, they really like to get them the ball. Lauren Crawford scored early, and they gave her about 3 or 4 attempts in a row. And now we're seeing English start to go on a little bit of a run, so they're like, all right, we'll feed English.
And here's her again. Almost finds space between the blockers. This one's bumped to the libero Adams, and it's just too far. Pittsburg High creating space here as Watts continues to run. This one will be sent over by Ludwig. Stumo to George. Now back across from Hinman Mitchell. Here's English, feeling herself now. And that's too deep.
Yeah, that's a hard shot to make. Cadence Manners just a little too far back on that one. It's hard to get your shot to fall in when you're so far back in the court trying to make a swinging shot like that.
Yeah, you really have to get a good tempo as well as a good arc. I think that's something that's the hardest part, is getting that height on the ball, because you kind of have to go up in a way, but also make sure that it lands down in bounds. And it's a skill while trying to put a little bit of velocity on it too, and make it a little bit tough on your opponent. But here's Adams with the serve. Stumo will bump it. Miller gets it across. Ludwig for Parsons will send it over. Now George for the Purple Dragons, and that one's just a miss.
And just a little bit over Brenna Kramer's hands, a little over her head. She had to jump for that one, couldn't quite get the height on it.
Yeah, I would say it was really just an awkward angle as it was crossing over her shoulders, and so she had to time it horizontally more than she did vertically, and I think that's really what caused the miss is she had the timing down vertically, but horizontally she just wasn't in the right position for it. Maxwell, libero to libero on that transaction. Hinman Mitchell goes across. This one's up for Miller. Ludwig will pop it to Manners. And now a bit of a misfire from the Dragons will result in a Parsons point.
Yeah, a little too much height on the setup there. I mean, got so high it hit the basketball goal. But Pittsburg High still a 4-point lead here. I mean, that was a big point for Parsons as Pittsburg High just scored a bunch in a row.
Stumo lays it up for Miller. Miller does what she does best. Brings down the hammer on this Parsons team, and now she'll check out as Mantooth will go back to serve. Stumo will also sub out for Crawford.
Stumo's had another great set. I mean, she's been setting up English. She's been setting up Crawford. She's had another.
Yeah, just another great match. Mantooth bumps it over to Burns, and Burns doesn't quite make it across. 17-13, still a good margin of lead for this Pittsburg High team.
Yeah, and Parsons just staying in this one, unlike last time. They were able to, like, keep it close, and this is really what you want. Now is where you would try and go on a run.
And Parsons misfires there. It'll be 18-13 now. As Watts will sub in for Burns. This one's to Manners, and now Robertson climbs the ladder for that one.
Great set, great finish. That time Robertson really slammed that one home. I mean, English had no chance of getting under that ball.
It's nearly impossible with the placement and the power that Robertson put on that ball to be able to recover off of it. You're really just going off a game of chance, as that was a great recovery from the Vikings. Reed will try to put it away. Reed again sends it back over the net. That'll be Robertson for Parsons. Crawford for the Purple Dragons. Now Maxwell recovers. And Mantooth tried to set it up. And they're gonna try to make an argument that
looks like an undecided point here. They're still chatting it out.
The Pittsburgh Purple Dragons are making an argument that the Vikings reached over the net to try and stop that ball in an effort to block, and they're just going to call another jump. So,
I mean, honestly, both teams did kind of deserve that point. I like the defense I saw from both sides. Parsons able to tip the ball as it's coming over the net, because it's so important that the first time you're hitting the ball, it doesn't have all that velocity. Trying to really make a heroing play instead of more of a routine hit.
Yeah, and I would say it's kind of a favorable scenario here for Pittsburg High, as that one was going to end up as a Parsons point. But I wish we had a camera set up, along the line of the net. It would be a little bit better of a view. We could have maybe given our input, but from our vantage point, there's no telling whether or not Parsons was really over that net.
I was gonna say, yeah, I can't see much from all the way over here,
Yeah.
so just left to assume.
Reed will step back to serve for the Purple Dragons now, 19-14. Reed with a nice dig. Mantooth with a nice dig, and George will just put it over. And off of the head of Crawford, George tried to recover.
Yeah, two great diving saves there from Pitt High, but that time Crawford thought that one was going way over her head. It actually just dinked the net a little bit and came right back down on her.
George almost had the recovery as well, the recovery dig, but it just barely got away from her, and that one got away from him and Mitchell. So now 20-15 as they'll make the substitution. Robertson out for Adams, the libero.
And Parsons has kept this one close, but now Pittsburgh here at 20 points. Parsons still down 5. They're going to need to start making some plays here late.
Maxwell bumps it up. Watts puts it down. 21-15. You talk about making plays. That's that number 20. You get 4 more points of room, and you've got to make up to 24 yourself to try and continue this run before you can give up more than that. So it's do or die here for Parsons. A nice dig, but that one goes too far from Ludwig. 22-15.
Yeah, pretty good decision there from the Dragons to let that one go.
Tough look from the Vikings, as this one's bumped by Brenna Kramer, and him and Mitchell comes up short on the kill attempt.
And then again,
15.
It's just so intimidating when you're trying to get that ball over the net and there's 2 defenders right in your face consistently.
Yeah, totally agree here. As that one goes too far, out of bounds, off the hands of Cadence Manners. And it'll be, I believe, game point here. 24-15. This one's bumped. Maxwell, Stumo, George tried to put it away. Couldn't go. They'll just send it over with Kramer. Stumo to Watts. She's got the killing blow, and that will be it.
And who else would finish this one off on senior night? Ivory Watts had a great night. That time just hammering it home for the 10-point lead win on set 2.
Yeah, and like I said, they're going to be seeing each other quite a bit throughout the remainder of this regular season. 2 more times, once on the 13th and once on the 21st. And then they'll be set to go for the postseason. Both of these teams, assumingly, will have winning records going into the postseason, unless the Vikings really just kind of give some up here at the end, and in which case I still think they would have a winning record. But we'll see how that pans out for the remainder of both of these teams' seasons. We're going to go ahead and take one more break. We'll be back with the post-game show.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Back on for Pittsburgh Sports Live, presented by Crawcan for the postgame show. Zach, we watched 3 pretty nice games, pretty nice matches here tonight. Pittsburgh High wrapping up their regular season. What do you think it's going to take for them to roll into the postseason, be primed and ready for the competition that's awaiting them?
I think it's a lot of the mental battle here at this point. I mean, they've already got a pretty good record. They're already looking good heading into the playoffs. I think they just need to mentally prepare themselves for what they could see, some adversity, being down, maybe some injuries. You just never know what you're going to see in a playoff situation, a playoff environment. So just really being ready for anything. And I thought I saw a decent bit of that today on the court for the Dragons. I mean, always ready to react, always ready to make a play. So I think they're in a pretty good spot heading forward.
Well, and we saw, I think, against Coffeyville, you saw a little bit of creativity out of this team, kind of going with some different styles that you might not have usually seen, and that's kind of the benefit of playing a team that you've got a massive upper hand on. And then against the Parsons Vikings, you saw a little bit of a different situation where they had to really go back down to the basics and break down that game. And then you saw that dominant victory come out where all of a sudden the routine plays were all that it took to take down Parsons, and you saw them rally. I think one of the best things that you pointed out is how well they roll on momentum and feeding players that are doing well.
Yeah, I think they're in a great spot, and I like what they're bringing to the table. I mean, the different looks that they can always find offensively, go into different spots, and I think that defense is going to stay consistent with Anna George, Ivory Watts. I mean, we even saw them bring 3 bodies to the front of the net at some point. I think they are great to start off, and really the defense to offense is what this Pittsburgh team is so good at.
Yeah, that transition was very, very clean, and one of the things I talked about earlier in this broadcast was how well they were able to communicate and rotate. We saw a little bit of messiness here and there, I think, against Parsons, maybe even a little bit against Coffeyville, but they were obviously going a little bit out of their rotation, testing out some different things, and I think overall we saw a pretty clean play out of Pittsburgh High, and if they continue on this route, I would say it's going to be a pretty bright future for them and hopefully a very extended postseason. But with that being said, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. We appreciate your viewership. Thank you for watching from me and Zach. We say good night and have a good one. We will see you next time. Tune in tomorrow for Pittsburgh High football on Pittsburgh Sports Live.